Peace, love, think fast, happy now, of course. Right now, it's just a reminder to remember that we want to focus on the things that we want to grow. Of course, you hear that spoken of a lot, but because we're new to dealing with the law of attraction, sometimes our brain will kind of fall back into that mode of, going along with that consciousness of the way we used to think, where we used to think that life was happening to us. Oh, in that mode where we used to feel like life was happening to us at one time and things of this nature. But what I was gonna say is fell out of that thing airplane. I was gonna say, oh, making sure we focus on what we want to grow instead of focusing on the lack. So much we'll find ourselves, and one of the main reasons why money don't manifest for a lot of us is because a lot of people like, but I'm sitting there focusing on the money and I'm doing, but are you focusing on the money like you already have it? Or are you focusing on the money like you don't have it and you're looking for it? There's a difference. If you and what you focus on grows. So subconsciously, your subconscious mind feel you, focused on the lack thereof. Like your subconscious mind sees that the reason why you're focusing is because you feel like nothing is gonna come or nothing is there at the moment, and that creates more lack. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a reminder to, and not just with lack, with just anything as far as like what we give our focus. We want to pay attention to what we want to grow in our lives. You know what I'm saying? That's another reason why some of us may become vibrational snobs, as far as like being picky about who we around and when we're around them. On an extremely high level, because other people too may provoke or bring up some type of idea of lack. Always talking about, oh man, I gotta pay this bill, man, I ain't got this, or are they not too familiar with the law of attraction, so they just feel like life happening to them. That's where we gotta kind of move away from, from those people, from those vibes, because that's like programming our subconscious back to the place where we was, and we not trying to, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not trying to go backwards. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of us on growth is not trying to go backwards. And if you ask that person who was talking about all that lack and all that, if you gave them the real spill and they was real about it, they'll be like, oh, well, my bad, man, my bad for putting that in your vortex, man. But they probably, but still, man, the bill guy gotta pay this, man. It's gonna be all right, man. But that's the thing, if you focus on the bills not being paid, and what you may ask is like, all right, well, how I fix that? Choose thoughts that make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything, any random thought, whether it's something that you're grateful for in the moment. You just ate some food and your stomach full, like just whatever you could look towards, other than that lack, other than that vibration of, oh man, this ain't here and I ain't received it yet. By continuously focus on something not being there, or continuously focusing on the things that you don't want, then more of what you don't want comes to you. You know what I'm saying? So if you constantly focusing on how much you don't like the white man, or how much you don't like the black man, let's put it in perspective. If you focus on how much you dislike the white man, or dislike the black man, or you dislike some type of person, then guess who's gonna be showing up more in your vortex? Because you choosing to focus on what you dislike. You know what I'm saying? That's for the racist people. The reason why you gonna always have a problem with somebody of another race, because you're always focusing on having a problem with somebody from the other race. It's like it's clockwork. That's what's so beautiful about this situation, that it gets to a point where even the most ignorant person is gonna notice that, damn, the things that I do focus on is continuously in my vortex, or they at least start to see it in other people, where other people's lives, where they see this person and what they focus on and what they get out of life, and they see this person and what they focus on and what they get out of life. You see that? And again, as I'm bringing this up, it's not for comparisons, but we could obviously you know, obviously observe some of these things and just take record of it without trying, like, well, all right, I see so and so talk about eating healthy, doing this, he got the house he want, this and that. I see this person focus on Donald Trump doing this and doing that, and they always dealing with some type of, it's what you focus on grows, you know what I'm saying? And that's the whole game. Is a reverse psychology game. That's why the government and certain people in certain places want you to focus on, certain energies that don't benefit your soul growth, So again, it's not to focus on, all the shortcomings in life, where, this ain't happening, that ain't. Well, if you continuously to focus on things like that, then you're continuously keeping that vibration alive within your vortex, you know what I'm saying? And it's the thing is simple as momentum and airplay. Momentum, the more energy you give to something, the more momentum it gets. And that's another thing too, where you gotta watch yourself with momentum, because if you give something too much momentum, just like trying to stop a like if you try to, on the cartoons where the snowball come down the hill and it get bigger as it go, you want to be able to stop that snowball at the beginning, you know what I'm saying? So say for instance, if a thought of lack or a thought of something that you don't want pops up, you catch it early in the game, you start thinking about something you really want or you love or that you have, just anything good that just makes you feel better, you know what I'm saying, to just take your focus away from that. That's what you're really trying to do. You're trying to take your focus away from that. So if you catch it early, it's like catching a snowball at the top of the hill compared to waiting at the bottom when that snowball done got bigger, done pick up so much momentum that it's gonna roll you over trying to stop it. Now you just kind of gotta let it roll you over and then wait till you recover to start, dealing with something else, you know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. Or just like as above, so below. We just like just like the radio with airplay, stuff like that, whatever is on our subconscious radio, getting more airplay, that's what manifests, that's what comes out. And you see that comparison on what gets more airplay on the radio. You know them songs that you don't really like but you're still singing, that because it's programmed in your subconscious through repetition, repetition of that song. So same thing with the things you're trying to manifest. If whatever you're trying to manifest, you're trying to give it repetition, you're trying to give it a lot of airplay on your subconscious radio, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we're trying to focus on things that we want, things that we love, things that make us feel good. And again, it may seem silly, but it could be any random thing, just as long as it makes you feel good and takes you away from that previous thought, that's making you feel bad and creating more of what it is you don't want. So again, don't focus on what you don't want. If if something going wrong in life, this and that, you know what I'm saying, you don't focus on it. And that's what being in the moment is about too, because whenever you're going ride a bike or go swimming or do something, that allows for your mind to be taken to another place and being in the moment, actually, you know what I'm saying? Because you ask any race car driver, any BMX person, motocross, basketball, football, you know what I'm saying, when they in those actions, skateboarders, when they in those actions, they not thinking for anything. They're not too much thinking about the things they want or don't want. They just in the moment, just vibing with what the task at hand is, you know what I'm saying? And that's what being in the moment allows for us to get that little clean slate as well, to be present. Because that's another thing with manifestation, where you put what you want out there, like you say your affirmation, put your request out there, and then you got to fall back off of that thought, you know what I'm saying? You got to put it out there, and then you got to go be in the moment and allow for that to come to you. Because while you, like say for instance, I want money, I am abundance, I am money, finances always coming to me, how you say that affirmation. But then after I say affirmation, I'm kind of just like, like, oh yeah, I am abundance, I am prosperity. And I'm lingering on the thought, and then I'm hawking my phone, looking for a jewelry sale. Oh, nobody? All right, damn, no jewelry sale. Oh, let me check just to make sure. All right, no jewelry sale. By staying on it like that, I'm blocking it from actually happening, because my thought process is still lingering in that place. And in essence, kind of having a degree of lack, you know what I'm saying? Because here it is, I'm checking my phone, like, it's not there yet. Let me check, it's not there yet. You know what I'm saying? Constantly reinforcing the vibe of lack, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing too, where it's like by staying on it too much, you almost reinforcing that vibe subconsciously of I don't have it. So, that's the thing, you just put it out there and then you go to living. You living like you are that millionaire, that billionaire, like going with the flow and not like, I wonder if, well, let me check my bank account. Does a person that have abundance, or does a person that have whatever, think about it like that, whatever it is that you're requesting or dealing with, you wanna maneuver and be just like that person, you know what I'm saying? Like, is a person with a lot of money constantly worried about where it's coming from, or do they feel comfortable? And I know that that's a difficult thing, of course, when I grow to picture or to act as if something is there and it's not, because we've been taught to be, if I don't see it, if I can't see, taste it, touch it, or smell it, then it don't exist, you know what I'm saying? Or I can't act like it exists, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is as far as dealing with the law of attraction. Like, you gotta have visualizations before you actually see it. And I mean, for the most part, think back to our childhood before a lot of us got super brainwashed, Reason why we're at where we're at now is because a lot of us, still kept that imagination flowing. Like, I remember still wanting, like, as a little kid, wanting to come to California. I remember as a little kid envisioning myself making music, rapping, and just I envisioned myself being on tour with different rappers and doing songs with some of my favorite rap artists, you know what I'm saying? And as I'm watching things grow, I'm getting closer to brushing shoulders with some of these people, you know what I'm saying? Like, Styles P, one of my, just a side note, just to put it, Styles P, one of my favorite rappers, end up seeing him for the All-Star game and giving him a bracelet, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he endorsed, just getting closer and closer to that realm. But it comes from visualizations and feeling that those things could happen, because that wouldn't happen if I couldn't visualize actually, dealing with certain entertainers, and I didn't visualize, growing and just, being in a certain place, you know what I'm saying? If I would, matter of fact, if I was focused on, well, man, it's very, the chances of somebody making it is very slim, and, everybody don't accomplish their dreams. And if I focus, if I'm in a lack vibe, or I'm in a negative vibe like that, then I get what I'm thinking about. Think about people who think and talk like that, and look at where they're at. And I don't know comparing yourself, just, matter of fact, use your minds or ever. Don't go looking for just, you done came across that person that just always talking about what they don't have, what's not going right for them, what so-and-so could be doing for them and all that, But that's basically it. As this little music start to come on, right on time. But just remember that part though. Focus on what you want to grow, and I know it sounds old and cliche, but a lot of us forget sometimes. We fall into that little vibe of, we end up letting the outside realm overwhelm us, and we start to focus on the things that's that's coming at us that may not be the things that we want, you know what I'm saying? And we see it as, all right, whether you see it's something you got to deal with, or you start focusing on it, and it's like, nah, you got to focus on what you want to grow in your existence, and then you'll see more. And then as you focus on more of what you want, then you'll get bombarded less by these vibrations that you don't want, you know what I'm saying? Reason why those vibrations that you don't want is coming around you, because you're still having that type of, those type of thoughts in your subconscious, So just remember, focus on what you want. And when you're focusing on it, focus as if you have it already, as if you're doing it already, you know what I'm saying? You don't focus as if, oh, well, yeah, it's missing, and you sending out a wish or a request. That's why prayer is kind of like that place where you want to deal with affirmations more, you know what I'm saying? Because prayer is just, you pray, you know what I'm saying? You pray to something outside of you, you know what I'm saying? Just sitting there as pray. Just like the word, the etymology of it, you pray, you know what I'm saying? Instead of affirming that you are a source, or you know that this is gonna manifest or that's gonna manifest, instead of sitting there like, well, I hope this you know, because prayer almost have a vibe of hope, and hope is a weak, you know, it's a weak vibration. I hope this will happen. I hope this will happen, you know. Matter of fact, like, I'm gonna start saying that. I heard that recently on the move, and I gotta continue to use that, because I was always wondering what's a good word for, like, you know, when we saying, I hope you have a good day, I hope all is well. You know, I trust that all is well. I trust that everything is going good for you, you know what I'm saying? Instead of hope, I trust that you're doing good. You know, matter of fact, that's one to implement into our, you know, but we don't want to try anymore. Just try. Be trying all your life, you know what I'm saying? And never have what you're trying to get. Because you're trying, you're not doing it. You know what I'm saying? But this little key word, and we all different. Certain little magical words, certain words hold a certain level of magic in our existence. Some of them don't, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I think about how some people, you know, be on me about the peace thing, you know what I'm saying? It don't resonate. Like, I wasn't taught that vibe of that it was something separate. So in my subconscious, I'm always sending, when I say peace, it's not about, oh, two separate pieces or that. It's like, I see things as being peaceful. You know what I'm saying? One, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not no, oh, things are separate and that person against, you know. Now to the person who's been programmed with that thought, you know, then that's maybe how peace works for them, and maybe they should stay away from the, you know, dealing with the peace sign on all levels, you know, whatever. You know, but we're all different in that manner as well, you know. But just focus on what we want to grow. You know, that's just important, especially right now with this lunar eclipse coming, you know. As if I do this video before it, but if not, you know, still the energy is still gonna be lingering. But you know, with that energy of this lunar eclipse, you know, you just want to make sure, you know, you focus on what you know, what you want to see in life, and not what you don't want. If you focus on what you don't want, then what you don't want is what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So, peace. Happy now. Now the vibrates, of course. This little music sound like it's saying some foreign stuff, but it sound cool. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now.